Hey everyone, it's Christine. Welcome to this Monday or whatever day of the week that you are listening to this. I'm glad that you're here and hope that this will help you in supporting your sleep, particularly when we start to have the hormone issues of perimenopause or even just getting into some shifting hormones. Maybe you've gone through some trauma, or maybe you've gone through just a big move in your life. Any of those things can impact our sleep. And I very much know this myself, how much impact sleep has on the rest of your life, right? And how much you can struggle during the day if you didn't get enough sleep the night before. We need sleep to recuperate, to repair, to rejuvenate. And it can be so frustrating when you can't get it, even though you desperately want it, right? So, a lot of women I work with, this is the number one sign that they are starting to go into perimenopause. Everything else may totally still be normal, but they struggle to sleep. So there's lots of different things that you can do to support yourself to get better sleep. I have a whole little mini course in my online hormone school that you can learn, the lifestyle supports, the supplements, the food, all of these things that are going to help support your sleep. Today we're just going to do this EFT session, which is really about calming down your nervous system in order to allow you to both fall asleep and stay asleep. Because I know from personal experience, once I've had a few nights where I haven't slept well, then I start to get paranoid, right? When I'm trying to go to bed, I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. And it just kind of gets your nervous system ramped up when we're trying to go the other way. And that can obviously keep sleep far, far away from where you want it to be. So, this is something to just calm down your nervous system before you go to bed. I utilize it myself. You can also utilize it if you do wake up at that 4 a.m. Time, or any time in the night. Again, a lot of that is cortisol related. And so you're just kind of taking that cortisol down a notch, right? When you don't need to be using it, you want that cortisol to wake you up in the morning, not at 4 a.m. for most of us. All right. So if you haven't heard of EFT or tapping, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. Glad you're here. It's such a useful tool that you can easily utilize for yourself anytime. And it really helps in regulating the nervous system. And what we do is sort of connect to these meridians. If you know anything about Chinese medicine, then you've heard of the meridians. And it's basically just where energy sort of flows throughout the body. And the idea is that that energy can kind of get stuck, right? So we're sort of opening up those channels, making sure that energy can move. And this really helps in just allowing your nervous system to relax a little bit. So, what we're going to do is start tapping here on this karate chop point. Okay. And then we're going to go to the top of the head, and then in between the eyebrow and the outside of the eyebrow, under your eye, then under your nose, chin, right here, and then under your armpit, essentially. And then we don't hit the karate chop point again. We go back up to the top of the head. And just I always like to say, some people like to use both hands. You could do it that way. Um, I guess you could, yeah, do it like that. Or just one. You'll see me just utilizing one. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which hand. It doesn't matter if you're going right to left, left to right. None of that matters. Just follow along, and you're basically going to repeat after me. And anything that doesn't feel right to you, you don't have to say that part. Just let it go. Keep moving on. Before we jump into it, let's go ahead, get comfortable. You can cross your legs or uncross them, have them flat on the floor if you'd like. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together. So go ahead, take a nice deep breath in, hold it at the top, and then release it out. Good. Another nice deep breath in, hold it at the top, and let it out. One more time. Nice deep breath in, hold it at the top, and release it out. Okay, hopefully that's already making you feel better. So start tapping on that karate chop point and repeat after me. Even though I'm struggling with my sleep and it's super frustrating, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though every night all I want is to be able to get into bed, go right to sleep, wake up 8 hours later, feeling refreshed and ready for my day. And I feel so far away from all of that. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. It's frustrating when I do want to sleep. It's frustrating when I try all the things that I know to help me sleep. It seems like the more that I do, the more that I struggle with getting good, solid sleep through the night. Even though all of this is true, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. I know how important sleep is. I know that I don't feel fully functional in my day without a good night of sleep. I know when I lay there at night wishing that I could go to sleep, that it's just creating more chaos in my body. I know when I wake up in the middle of the night and desperately want to go back to sleep, that this is just jacking me up even more. Even though all of this is true, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. I understand that part of the issue with me not getting enough sleep is my fears around not getting enough sleep. I know that as I wake up in the middle of the night with my cortisol rising, I can't help but think about all of the things I need to do in my day, and that this is part of what's keeping me awake. There's a lot of fear that's coming up for me around not being able to sleep and how that's going to affect me the next day. And I know that this just keeps me caught in this trap of not allowing calmness to happen and exist in my body. I know that I have the power to sleep well. I know that shifting how I feel before I go to bed by tapping, by making sure my room is nice and cold, by making sure that I have my eyes covered if needed, earplugs in if needed. All of these things are signals to my body that it's time to sleep and it's time to sleep deeply. My body is fully capable of sleeping deeply. My mind is fully capable of letting go of all the things that I don't need to think about right now. I don't need to concern myself with what's happening tomorrow or the next day or the day after that. All I need is to allow my body to fall deeply into this beautiful sleep where it gets to repair itself, where it gets to rejuvenate, where it gets me feeling alive and wonderful when I wake up the next morning. I let go of anything in my past that has hindered my sleep and anything presently that is hindering my sleep. I don't even need to know what it is. I'm just letting it go. I know my hormones may be impacting my sleep, but I also understand that allowing my cortisol to calm down is not going to only help me to sleep, but also help my overall health, especially my hormones. I breathe deeply into the power of sleep taking over my body, releasing anything else that gets in its way, supporting my body to feel fully at ease, feeling completely comfortable and safe. I feel safe. I feel safe. I feel safe. I feel safe and secure. I feel safe and secure. I feel safe and secure. And in feeling this, I know that it helps me to sleep deeply, soundly, and wonderfully. And I know this in mind, body, and spirit. Release your hand down. Take a nice deep breath in and release it out. All right. I hope that helps you to sleep well tonight and every night. Don't be afraid to use it every night before you go to bed. You can shift what you have to say depending on what's going on for you. Just let whatever comes up come up and out. Release it out of your body. All right. I'll see you next time.